I will show you how to make stop motion films, stop motion animation. You might seen already flip books. That's something like this, where there are drawings, and if you flip them quickly, you see a movement going on. If I have something that I want to animate, it needs to be steady and stable as well. So if I use just something like this, I have the problem that it's not really standing. For that, I can build an armature. It's something like this with a wire. It's an aluminium wire that I'm using here, and I like aluminium because it's quite soft, so you can change it easily and it stays in place. I also have a wire made out of steel. You can use those too, but they are quite elastic and it's not so easy to animate them, and they're really stiff if you want to change something. So that's why I use this one. And you just cut out some strains, and I like them if they are maybe 2 or 3, just twist it, because if one wire is breaking, you still have another one to continue the shot. That's quite good. So you can just twist them like this, or there's a nice little trick. If you have a drill, you just put it in here and you hold it and you get a nice thread. And if you've made all those threads, you can put them together and make the armature. Around here you need some glue. I used just hot glue to fix it. It can break a bit easily, but if you have something like this around, this is an epoxy which comes in 2 components. It's like a clay, and you put it together and then you have a really stable fixation over here. And then you have the armature. You can already work with it, or you can put some clay around it. Or here I've made a puppet, or I just began one with some cotton inside, so it stays really light. That's good, so your puppet will not fall down all the time. And then I just used some thread and put it around. Of course, it's not finished. I need a head. Then I can put my puppet into place and make a picture, and it should stay there. Now I'm going to show you how you can set up your scene. I've made this thing here out of a cardboard because I want to have my camera, which is my cell phone, really fixed. And then it's good to have some lights. My puppet needs to be standing still. For this, at the moment, I'm just using some white tack. These tacky things you can use to put on posters or whatever you want. So now you're ready to start. There's also the possibility to shoot from top, so you won't have the problem of a puppet which is maybe falling, and you can use your toys and put them underneath the camera. It's just a bit of different style. And for this, I've made this thing out of really cheap wood. It's easily to make, and you can fix your camera up here and start animating. with this rabbit, for instance, or with clay. It's quite funny to work with clay because everything is possible. You can come in with a small ball of clay and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You can put some eyes on it. Things like that are usually quite funny as eyes. Yeah, you just shoot from top. You can check what you're making here and change and make the pictures all the time. So I've showed you some objects you could use to make animations, like the plasticine, or we've had this one. But I'm sure at home you have a lot of things that are good to tell stories. You can have a look around your Legos. What could this boat do? Or maybe you use a car. You can also have a look at magazines. Maybe you find there some inspiration. Like, yeah, just if you find big pictures of something, they are good to use. Or you might find something outside, and I will show you later how you can work with sand or with things from magazines.